Oppo's A5, A5 5G, and A5X have been part of the rumor mill for quite some time. Now, the Chinese smartphone brand has listed the A-series smartphones on its website, revealing their design, specifications, color options, and RAM and storage details. The Oppo A5, A5 5G, and A5X feature 6.67-inch displays with up to 120 Hz refresh rate on A5 5G and 90 Hz refresh rate on other two models. The Oppo A5 5G runs on a MediaTek Dimensity 6300 chipset, while the Oppo A5 4G and Oppo A5X feature a Snapdragon 6S Gen 1 4G chipset under the hood. All three models have a 6,000 mAh battery with support for 45-watt wired charging. There are changes in camera department, which will be explained in later part of the video. Oppo A5 Specifications. The dual SIM Oppo A5 runs on Android 15, based ColorOS 15, and features a 6.67-inch HD Plus display with up to 90 Hz refresh rate, 180 Hz touch sampling rate, and up to 1000 nits of peak brightness. The display has Corning Gorilla Glass 7 eye protection. It runs on a Snapdragon 6S Gen 1 chipset paired with 8 GB of RAM and up to 256 GB of onboard storage. Oppo A5 is listed with a dual rear camera unit comprising a 50-megapixel wide-angle sensor with f1.8 aperture and a 2-megapixel shooter with f2.4 aperture. It packs a 5-megapixel front camera. It has IP65 rating for dust and splash resistance. Connectivity options on the Oppo A5 include 4G, Wi-Fi, Bluetooth 5.0, NFC, and USB Type-C port. Sensors on board are accelerometer, geomagnetic sensor, and proximity sensor. It has a side-mounted fingerprint sensor and supports face unlock feature. Phone is listed to pack a 6,000 mAh battery with support for 45-watt wired charging. Oppo A5 5G specifications. The Oppo A5 5G has the same software, battery, charging speed, and camera specifications as the Oppo A5. It boasts the same 6.67-inch display, but with 120 Hz refresh rate and 240 Hz touch sampling rate. It runs on a MediaTek Dimensity 6300 chipset alongside up to 8 GB RAM and maximum 256 GB of onboard storage. The phone gets an 8-megapixel selfie shooter while front cameras remain same as A5 4G model. Connectivity options are identical to the Oppo 5 except the 5G network coverage, while the sensors also remain same. It also has an IP65 rated build too. Oppo A5X specifications. The Oppo A5X also share the same specifications as the Oppo A5 4G, but it has a single 32-megapixel rear camera. It is equipped with the same Snapdragon 6S Gen 1 4G chipset coupled with maximum 8 GB of RAM and up to 128 GB of storage. It has a 5-megapixel selfie shooter, an IP65 rated build, and a 6,000 mAh battery with 45-watt wired charging support. All three mods measures 165.71 mm length by 76.24 mm width and has a thickness 7.99 mm and weighs approx 193 grams. All three models feature military-grade MIL-STD 810H and SGS certification, features ultra-volume mode, Trinity engine for smooth performance, outdoor mode, and gloves touch, AI, smart features like AI Eraser 2.0, AI Clarity Enhancer, AI Smart Image Matting 2.0. The Oppo A5, Oppo A5 5G, and Oppo A5 5X are currently listed on the company's website. The listing doesn't include the pricing or availability details of the Trio. The standard Oppo A5 is listed in 4 RAM and storage configurations: 6GB, 128GB, 8GB plus 128GB, 4GB plus 256GB, and 8GB plus 256GB. It is confirmed to be available in Aurora Green, Midnight Purple, and Mist White shades. Next, the 5G variant of Oppo A5 is shown in 4GB to 128GB, 6GB plus 128GB, and 8GB plus 256GB, and storage options. It is offered in Aurora Green and Mist White shades. Finally, the Oppo A5x is listed in 4GB plus 64GB, 4GB plus 128GB, 6GB 128GB, and 8GB plus 128GB RAM and storage configurations. It is listed in laser white, midnight blue shades. This channel does not promote any smartphone or any smartphone brand. The suggestion provided in the video are only for educational purpose. Viewers can make their own research before purchasing the product. Thank you for watching the video. Please do like, share, and subscribe my YouTube channel, Tech and Stocks Infomedia.